or the signs to the rappers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that, you know what I'm saying, you know, Boosie been having that disagreement. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all having, family feud. But you know what I'm saying? We come from Mobile. We want to know, you know what I'm saying, the situation. Because, you know what I'm saying, we rooting for Bleu. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
helping y'all to work everything got. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what's your take on, like, y'all for the signature or not for the signature? Let give people a little something.
Alright, so without going too much into it, man. Alright, so what Boosie is claiming, he's not giving the full context of what the disagreement is. He's not saying what was signed. He's just showing the signature. They forged my signature. And this, what aggravates me is nobody's asking. Boosie, what did they forge? Yeah. What agreement did they forge? Mm-hmm. All right, that's one thing. The other thing is, Boosie is not saying that he's not giving insight, or he is not acknowledging that how we do business. And I hate to put that out there because it's almost embarrassing, you know what I'm saying? In order to talk about how we do business, I gotta somebody gonna be watching this and be like, them niggas don't have their shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's a lot of fucking independent rap. Yeah. We supposed to be doing contracts, and we supposed to be, both sides supposed to be fulfilling the contracts that's in the terms that are in these agreements. But you signing an artist that ain't never adhered to any type of schedule, contract. This nigga ain't never worked for nobody. This nigga ain't never show up to class on time. This nigga, he grew up in a house where they ain't paid bills on time. That is the biggest problem is the fucking business itself. What we supposed to be doing on contracts, because we talking about contracts, we not even built to do that. We don't come from families that have ran. We're not second generation multimillionaire business owners. So this is not just a problem for us, it's a problem in most of these situations where our first deals. So that is the main thing I want people to understand. Everybody is in breach, technically, because we're not doing everything that we we're not, one could argue in front of these white folks that, hey, they ain't do this. Or we say, oh, he ain't do that. Or Bleu ain't do that. Or they say, oh, Boosie ain't do that. So that's the main part. Before I go into what our agreements are and what the disagreement is, that's the main thing. Understand that ain't nobody all the way right in the business, because you can technically sue for anything. Okay? The next thing is, Boosie is claiming that I forged a signature, when the problem with that is, if I forge a signature then, and we're talking about a digital signature. He's not saying that I went somewhere, because I see shit like this. Y'all was together when y'all did it, bro. That's misinformation to the people. We're talking about a digital signature, okay? Nigga ain't go sneak somewhere and sign that bitch, and like that's misleading the people. I don't like that. That's the shit that make me mad when I'm at home and I'm just scrolling. I'm like, man, tell these people the truth. Okay. The second thing is, back to what Boosie's not acknowledging is, I co-founded the label. All right. So if you remember, if you've been following his career and what we've been building, it was badass entertainment. It was badass entertainment, bro. I went to Boosie while he was in Angola. probably probably about 6 months before he got out, because this what was going on. This was the reality. If you go back to when Boosie was in there, Boosie couldn't speak to the media. He couldn't. Nobody could hear from. Nobody could talk to Boosie, right? But what was going on, and y'all might have seen this shit because this shit was so bad. They had so many people claiming they was badass ENT. They had created a badass ENT East, a badass ENT West. They had niggas. I'm talking about. I'm on Twitter and shit. Nigga, I'm Boosie new artist, and Boosie could not talk to people. He couldn't even talk to people. And I'm just like, and I'm just sitting back and I'm just like, man, this shit out of control. And then I'm gonna tell you another thing that was happening, which was my biggest concern. First of all, I'm very connected. I'm not in the streets. My network is made of professionals, including people in law enforcement, including people at the DA office. All right? I have a professional network. So one thing that I was hearing was the DA office is trying to paint badass ENT as a game. Yeah. They got little niggas in creating beat Boosie don't even know about. And they saying it's badass ENT. So what you see right now with YSL could have been going, they was trying, that shit was cooking up